Okay, let's get right into it. We're breaking down a story that really lit a match in Kerala politics. It starts with a single social media post, a leaked audio clip, and then a flood of accusations against a rising political star. So how does something like this happen? How does a well-known MLA get caught in a firestorm, seemingly in the blink of an eye? In this explainer, we're going to unpack the timeline, look at the really shocking allegations, and break down the political fallout surrounding Rahul Mamkootathil. You know, the craziest part is how this all started. It wasn't a formal police complaint, not a big press conference, no. This entire thing kicked off with just one social media post that didn't even name him. So on August 20th, actor and former journalist Rini Ann George posts this. She doesn't use his name, but the internet immediately went into overdrive. Speculation pointed straight at Rahul Mamkootathil, a really prominent youth Congress leader. And just like that, the fire was lit. And what started as that one post, well, it just snowballed. Within hours and then days, other women started coming forward with their own, frankly, deeply disturbing stories. Each one added another layer to this growing scandal. And then this dropped. A leaked audio recording went viral, and this quote from it is just shocking. A voice, which is alleged to be Mamkootathil's, is heard trying to pressure a woman into having an abortion. The argument? The social shame a child would face. From there, the allegations took an even darker turn. A trans woman named Avantika came forward publicly, and her accusations were incredibly serious. She said Mamkootathil sent her explicit and threatening messages on Telegram, including this direct rape threat. She also claimed he sent them in a way that they'd just disappear after she read them. So the key thing to understand here is that this wasn't just one type of claim. Not at all. The accusations spanned a whole range of alleged misconduct, which started to paint a picture of a pattern of behavior. They were coming from different women, on different platforms. It turned into a massive, multifaceted crisis. This table really helps to lay it all out. Look at the variety here. We've got public social media posts, media statements, and then we have these private leaks of audio and chat screenshots. There was even an internal complaint made directly to the Congress Party by a former MP's daughter who said he broke a promise of marriage because of caste differences. The sheer range of accusers and evidence is really central to this whole story. 9. This is the number of separate complaints that were reportedly filed against him with the All India Congress Committee. That's the party's national leadership. So this just shows that the drama wasn't only playing out in public, it was causing some serious turmoil inside the party too. So how did Mamkootathil and his party react to all this? Well, facing unbelievable pressure, he made a pretty big move. But it came with a very, very strong denial of any wrongdoing whatsoever. And this timeline just shows you how incredibly fast this all happened. Look at this. August 20th, the first allegation pops up. The very next day, that leaked audio goes viral, more women are speaking out, and by that same afternoon, he's resigned as the state president of the Youth Congress. His entire public standing basically collapsed in less than 48 hours. At its heart, you can boil this entire controversy down to two completely opposite stories. On one side, you have this series of what appear to be credible allegations from multiple women, all pointing to a pattern of really serious misconduct. And on the other side, a flat-out claim that this is all a carefully planned political hit job. Now, in his defense, Mamkootathil has consistently framed this whole thing as a politically motivated conspiracy. He says, look at the timing. He argues it's all meant to distract from the scandals that the ruling CPIM government is dealing with. And his supporters are quick to point out something very important. As of now, not a single one of these accusers has filed a formal police complaint against him. And as you can probably guess, a scandal this big didn't stay contained for long. It immediately spilled over into the wider political arena. His opponents jumped at the opportunity, and his own party, the Congress Party, was thrown into total chaos. Yeah, his political rivals wasted zero time. The DYFI, that's the youth wing of the ruling CPIM, and the BJP's Yuva Morcha, they launched protests immediately, demanding he resign as an MLA. The pressure got so public that the BJP-led Palakkad municipality even formally barred him from an event because they were worried about protests breaking out. And internally, for the Congress Party, this was just a nightmare to handle. On the one hand, they had to do something to show they were taking these serious allegations seriously. But on the other hand, there's a strong belief among some that he is the victim of a coordinated attack, and that really complicates things. And this question right here, it points to a major split inside the party. See, several accusers, like the writer Hani Baskaran, claimed that senior leaders were talking opposition leader Vidi Satisen and MP Shafi Parambil knew about Mamkootathil's behavior from earlier complaints, but did nothing. They're accused of basically protecting him, and that has led to some intense finger-pointing within the party. So what did the party finally do? Well, their official position is a strategic compromise. He loses his powerful party job as Youth Congress president. That's a big deal, a major disciplinary action. But he gets to keep his elected seat as an MLA, at least for now, while they wait for the results of their own internal investigation. Okay, so as the initial dust starts to settle a bit, this whole explosive situation leaves us with some really critical, unanswered questions about accountability, about modern politics, and about the incredible power of social media. You know, this story is about so much more than just one person. It really highlights these major tensions in our political world today. It shows the unbelievable speed and power of social media to just amplify allegations, the tough spot parties are in between public pressure and due process, and that classic question: where does a public figure's personal life end and their public duty begin? So at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one fundamental question, and there is no easy answer. Was this a perfectly timed political takedown using unproven allegations right before an election to destroy a rival? Or was this a long overdue public reckoning where multiple women finally felt empowered enough to speak out? The arguments are there for both sides, leaving you to decide where the truth might actually lie.